This is Daniela Gonzalez and the Unlikely Adventures of a Rattler with my final progress report. During this period, I was given the opportunity by Las Americas to get a closer look at what really happens at the ICE detention centers. The clinic set up a tour with the detention center at my city so all interns could get a better look at the living conditions of the detainees and why it is important to give them legal help to get them out as fast as possible. Although it was an intense experience, it was also an educational one that made me certain I want to be an attorney in the future. The interns and the supervisors arrived at the center at 9 a.m. We got two of the officers to give us a tour of the facility, the courts, and even arranged to meet with some of the detainees. We saw the cafeteria, the health center, the library, the restrooms, and the laundry room, and also the rooms where they sleep in. If I had to describe the facility, I'd have to say that it is exactly like a prison. As a matter of fact, it is actually worse than a prison. My dad was the supervisor of the construction of one of the city prisons, and I have to say that even the conditions of that prison are way better than the ones at the detention center. Even the treatment of the detainees is exactly, if not worse, than of an inmate. The uniforms are exactly like the ones of an inmate. The officers that gave us a tour were trying too hard to make it seem like the detention center was paradise. One of the officers made the comment, "Who's ready to move in?" And it just brought a mix of uncomfortableness and anger in me because it seemed they wanted to fool us when the reality is very clear. The detention center is a prison and the detainees are treated like criminals. According to the officer, this detention center has just over 800 detainees from all over the world. While I understand that there is the possibility some of the detainees may have criminal records, the officers forget that the majority of them are regular people whose only crime was to cross into another country. These are mothers, fathers, teenagers that cross the border to escape murder, violence, the corrupt government, and so many other tragic reasons. They are being held in the same position that a criminal is at, and it is so unfair. This visit opened my eyes and gave me the realization that my problems are minimal compared to whatever these people are going through. Now more than ever, I am making it my mission to pursue a legal education in immigration so I can help people like the ones at the detention center. I want to help them get the opportunity of prosperity in the U.S. and not have to go back to whatever it is they left behind in their home countries. The mission of St. Mary's University is committed to the common good. The intellectual life itself is undertaken as a form of service in the interest of justice and peace. This means that the students from the university, whether during or after graduation, are expected to give back to society, and one of those ways one can give back is through justice and peace. My internship focuses in this mission by providing equity to people seeking legal help. As a student from the university that has been exposed to its goals and expectations, and with the experience of this internship, I feel like I will carry them out even more when I become an immigration attorney. Marianas universities extend a special concern for the poor and marginalized and promote the dignity, rights, and responsibilities of all people. Las Americas carries out this belief by extending legal help to low-income individuals that are not able to afford the services of an attorney. We consider their background and income to find a way they can get the help they need without money being a huge factor. Once I become a lawyer, I plan to carry this out as well. If I see any client that isn't able to afford legal services, I'll go out of my way to help them out the best I can. The Marianas University shows its commitment to human dignity and to a just and peaceful society. First, by establishing for itself just institutional policies and structures. With an effective administration guided by just policies, the university cannot hope to command to others what they themselves do not practice. In order for Las Americas to help out people, we need to follow guidelines and laws that are established by the government institutions. The government institutions provide the routes we can follow to tell people in need what to do to resolve their issues. As a lawyer, I will have to follow whatever these institutions say to help out people. Finally, a Catholic university must have the courage to speak uncomfortable truths which do not please public opinion, but which are necessary to safeguard the authentic good of society. Immigration is a big topic right now, but not many people want to talk about it. They try not to talk about the detainees, their situations, why they're leaving their home countries, and just looking the other direction to ignore the problem. St. Mary's has always been open about the importance of immigrants and refugees, so it is expected for students to be educated about the reality of what immigrants go through. I've seen the reality of immigration and what detainees go through. By being exposed to these harsh truths, now more than ever, it makes me certain that I want to be a lawyer to help these people. During this period, besides continuing to expand my organizational, communication, and collaborative skills, I also developed more emotional skills like compassion, perseverance, and hope. Besides the ICE detention tour, I still continued to work on the filing project of the clinic. This time, I tackled down 3 more years of files, including 2011, 2012, and 2013. In order to complete this project, I continued to work with other interns by creating a system to ease the process. However, the other skills I developed were right after the detention center tour and interns at the clinic. I developed compassion because now that I see the reality of the horrors that detainees and clients are living through, I have become more understanding that these people need help. They may not have the money or resources to do it, so that's where pro bono comes in. I plan to do pro bono so I can reach out and help even more people with whatever problem they have. I develop perseverance by seeing how many of the attorneys at the clinic don't want to give up on clients' cases. Asylum cases are the most difficult in El Paso, and even still, attorneys want to help those seeking asylum. Finally, I have developed hope because even in times of adversity, attorneys still try to give detainees and clients the faith that they will help them with their problem to finally have a better life here in the U.S. Although I've developed my technical skills, I've also developed emotional skills in this internship. I feel that this is important too, since it's giving me the purpose and will to continue my pursuit of a legal education. My experience at Las Americas has opened my eyes to see the terrible situations other people encounter and has prompted me to continue my pursuit of a legal education to help immigrants get into the U.S. for the sake of getting a better future for themselves and their families. In my civic engagement class with Professor Ball, she mentioned that it is of great importance to be humanitarian and to help those who find themselves in times of trouble. Those include the poor, the sick, the rejected, the outcasts, and anybody else who finds themselves in a difficult situation. It is our duty as human beings to lend a hand to those that need it. My trip to the ICE detention center and the intakes at the clinic have made me realize that there are several people going through real-life, unfortunate, horrific situations in their home countries that make them escape to the U.S. I am an immigrant myself, so I know the difficulty of moving into a new country with a new culture, new language, new system, etc. So I can relate at a certain level with other immigrants. We all came to the U.S. for the chance of a better future. No one should be denied the opportunity to prosper for their families and for themselves. Las Americas has given me the experience to get a closer look at how an immigration office works and what attorneys do to help people with their immigration status. It has also helped me improve several skills, including my time management, communication, organization, collaboration, and initiative skills. I expect to use these skills to have a successful senior year at St. Mary's University. I will put my internship experience in my resume in hopes that it will help me get a job after graduation. I plan to enroll in the LSAT preparation course next fall to enroll at the law school at St. Mary's. Although I may still not know what the future holds for me in regards to when I'll enroll in law school or get a job, I am certain that I want to become an immigration attorney and help people like those I encountered at my internship. This is the end of my podcast. Thank you.